Hey guys, welcome to Carnegie's Corner. Over in EverQuest 2 on the Origins server, Anashti Sul. And oh hey, one thing I wanted to show you. I ran around a little bit before I logged in on the stream, and you may recall that I have a quest. I still have a quest. It's further investigation, and it was given out by Frodo. Um, and he wanted us to go figure out what was going on animals around this area in Greater Fadar. And so what you were supposed to do is go and find out what the deer were nibbling on, right? And so what you do for that, I discovered semi-accidentally, is you end up running across some deer, and they're called by, let's see, sapling fawns and sapling something else's, and they're over here at this, I think, sapling spur area, and so what you'll do, I already got all of mine, so it won't happen, but you run up close to one of these sapling fawns, and when you do, it spawns like, I think it's called like nibbling roots or something like that. Hey, Cody, how you doing? So I think it spawns like nibbling roots. And so you gather them, and what you can do is just sort of go and park yourself nearby, and they'll wander up, and you can pretty quickly get the 5 roots that you need from them. So after I did that, I stopped and waited to log in to the stream so that I could show you guys where that was and everything. So over here is the guy who gave us the quest initially. He's Frodo Gollywonk, and we're going to turn this in, and this is further investigation.
Did you get the samples?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. Yes, I do recognize these. Unfortunately, there isn't enough here to study properly. You wouldn't mind gathering some more from the source, would you?
Sure, what do I need to get?
All around the outpost, but perhaps more densely to the west, you'll find
Hey,
the
Joy.
Fadar roots that these deer dine upon. I'd like you to uproot them and bring them back for me to study.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to accept this 1 silver and 8 copper for getting those nibbler roots finally, and then pick up checking the source. And he's going to ask me to collect some resilient roots that the deer and stags eat. You can find it all around the sapling spur outpost, but Frodo says it may be more dense in the area directly west of the outpost. So let's accept that quest. Yep. So now we're going to use our little handy-dandy navigational tool over here, this compass, and try to head kind of halfway directly west. Not exactly directly. Directly is a strong word for what we're doing. But here we have some resilient roots. So it's a good start. One of the 5 that we needed. They should be pretty easy to find, hopefully. Unlike the nibbler roots, which were very, they took me a whole minute to get those. Alright, so it's been a little bit since I did any of the streaming for the Origins server over here, so hopefully everybody kind of remembers what's going on over here. As you may recall, it's not, Greater Fadar is one of my less favorite places in the world of Norrath. And so much of it has to do with the terrain being not very easily navigable. And again, as you're all aware, I'm not especially visual. There's a lot of things that get in the way of me seeing, and that makes it especially unpleasant for me. I know a lot of people love it. They think it's very beautiful and things like that. I'm not one of those people. We do have some Bixies over here. Now, last time I was in, the lore and legend quests in this area were broken. And so you were able to get the dropped updates, but you were not able to get the triggered updates from these guys. I don't know if that's still the case or not. I haven't talked to anyone since I got in. I just realized too that Claw is in, so I'm gonna ask him. So I'm saying, hey, do you know if the LNL quests in GFA, or actually in Fadar in general, still broken? Maybe I can type it. Who knows? It's You know, it's anybody's guess, honestly. Alright, there we are. Now let's kind of head over back to Brodo and turn this in. I don't have very many spaces open in my journal. In fact, I don't have any spaces currently open in my journal. So I kind of just got to do these one at a time, these quests over here, because when I came over, I wasn't as prepared as I ought to have been, didn't make the room I needed to. So here's Brodo Gillywong again.
Did you get the roots?
I did.
Great work. Great work. This will take a while to study. You should come back in a bit. Thank you for this. I'm going to get to work right away.
Oh, you're welcome. Now we're going to accept this short pipe of the Gillywumps, which is our reward. And I think I'm going to turn up the volume on this computer a little bit because I believe that the music on this game is not as loud as the music in Watchers, which is where I've been playing. Sorry about all those beeps and bongs there, but I think that may help you hear these guys a little bit better. So let's try this again. Let's go forward with Brodo Gillywump. But first, Claw says, the one for the kobolds, yes. So yeah, what I had initially heard was that all of the LNLs, the lore and legend quests that you can pick up in Feydark were broken. If you picked them up outside of Feydark, like the Treant quest, then you could get the updates from the Treants, killing the Treants in Feydark. But if it was something that's initiated in Fey, like the Brownie lore and legend, for instance, then couldn't. So I don't know. Claw is giving me the download here. All right, let's see here. Oh, nice. Cody says, I think it's showing your Watcher's Realm screen instead of EverQuest, unless it's just me. Well, that's phenomenal there. Thank you for letting me know. Let's hop over here and see what's up with that. That's hilarious. You're correct. It does appear to be doing that. How odd. Awesome. Okay, that's not much better. See if I can make it show the right screen. Yeah, I've got Watcher Realms just kind of sitting there in the background. But perhaps I can find the right one, and we can get there. Alright, there we go. That makes a lot more sense. Now you'll be able to actually see where those stuff are. That's hilarious. Alright, so amazing. Cody says it's just showing me the Watchers Arena, LOL. I'm confused for a second. Yeah, for sure. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, it's just kind of sitting on the other screen. It's funny. Alright. There's Brodo Gillywump. He's here. I'll show you on the map so we can get caught up. And there you go. Brodo Gillywump.
Well, I'm afraid I have some bad news.
What's that?
I've extracted an impurity from these roots, but I can't make any sense of it. However, I know someone who can help. Istana Maya Faith. If you go west of Tunar Sapling, you'll find her at a ring of stones. Bring this extract to her and see what she has to say, please.
Alright. So now we'll pick this quest up, and then
know what it is.
I'll be back. And then I want to look and I was thinking I might be able to find where that piece that I got into, and perhaps I can transmute it. For the transmuting, you can't, you have to build it up, and you've got to start with low level things, because you can't transmute things until you get your skill up in that. And because I started so, by the time transmuting came out, I was already level 47 as an adventurer. So there's not as much ways to get lower level things beyond just going back and doing the quests, or going and mentoring down to someone who is of that level and hunting things that way, which is still an issue because they don't stay that level very long. And so then you have to just continually mentor the low level people. I didn't see anything that I could transmute, so we shall move on. We're going west of Tunar's Sapling. It's interesting that they pronounce it Tunar, when it's spelled Tunare. But for those of you who could not see it, which is everyone, the sapling farms are over in this area. So they're not very far at all from where I was just there with Frodo. Any of these over here will drop those nibbler roots. It's not exactly that they drop them. They're not, you don't have to kill them, obviously, or you don't even have to click them. All you have to do is go close to them, and some roots will appear beside them if you're on the quest. So hopefully that will help someone on that quest. I think it was called Further Investigations from Frodo. So hopefully that'll make that a little bit easier when the time comes to get those. And here we have the Istani. Let's see, Istani, what is her last name? We'll see when we get there. Meyerfaith, actually, it's over in the quest helper. Istani Meyerfaith. Alright, here she is. Or, yes, definitely.
Well met. I'm Istana Meyerfaith.
Meyerfaith. I am Copernicus. Brodo sent me to ask you about this. Give her the extract. Doing it.
What does he want me to do with it?
He wants to know where it came from.
Ah, well, It does have a familiar smell. And it's rather viscous as well. You know, I have a theory about where this came from.
Where?
Well, it's just a theory, but I believe this is the work of the Crushbone Orcs. On Orc Hill are a number of Crushbone herbalists who may hold the key to proving my theory. If you go northwest of these rings, there's a tree that is crafted in such a way that you can climb up it to Orc Hill behind the guards. I want you to travel there and obtain some of the pouches the Crushbone herbalists carry. If my theory pans out, once you have those herb pouches, it should be clear enough to Brodo where this extract comes from.
Alright, I'll go see what I can do. Alright, so we go and we climb the tree over to Orc Hill. And then we kill some of the Crushbone herbalists. So here we have a climbing wall on this tree. We'll just climb up here. And we ought to very quickly be able to find them because we have the handy-dandy feature which is known as track. And that's going to make life easier as usual. So we can just type in herb, and they're all over the place. And probably I wouldn't have any trouble finding them anyway, but since I was running the wrong way, I would have had a little more difficulty. There we go. I don't know why I was running that way. It's just the way things go with me sometimes. Alright, so we got 2 out of 4 of the pouches. We got some orc pieces and some Avenger trash from those. And then one more right here, and a shiny over to our left that we'll definitely want to grab. Alright, excellent. Got all the parts we needed there, and we're going to take these over to Brodo, who is to the east. Cody says, what's some stuff about this game you like? Okay, I've heard and I've seen it here and there over the years. Yes. Okay. What do I like about it? I like that at this stage of the game, which this part of it that I'm in, this origin server, was set in around the time period of around 2007 at this point is where we were, late 2006 and 2007. And during those years and for many years thereafter, you had a lot of versatility. You could do whatever you wanted to do, right? So right now I am a level 47 gnome swashbuckler, and yet, you know, I've come over here to the Greater Fade Arc, which I really am not a huge fan of the Greater Fade Arc, but I came over here anyway, just because this is the newest expansion that has been released on this server. And so I just kind of wanted to show the questing, but you can do questing. I like to do quests. They're always enjoyable. Then there is collections. All of these question marks that you see me pick up are, we call them shinies, and they're all part of collections. And so you can complete different collections. Currently, I have 51 collections running. I have a full quest journal. I think that's, I cannot recall if that is, well, you know what, we're going to find out exactly how many that is. I think maybe you could just count them up like this. But I think it's 75 or 80, I can't remember, as the max that you can have at one time. And they're at all different places. So you can be a quester. So far on this character, which again, I haven't spent as much time on this character. But these are all the different zones that I have quests in, and this is how many in each zone. They certainly add up pretty quickly. And I've completed 681 quests on this character so far. Some people do that as their primary goal. There's raiding for people who like raiding, there's questing, there's house decorating, or you can just hang out and, do the guild thing. Got a guild, different people, that you can be very interactive with. And, I like my guildmates. I've been guildmates with those people for, a lot of them as long as like about 20 years. Yeah, about 20 years that I've been friends with some of those guys. So yeah, definitely make connections, and you can just do a lot of different things. And then of course, the combat is very a lot more involved, I would say, than in some other games. Like you can see that I have right here the hotbars at the bottom middle of the screen, and all of those icons that you see in those hotbars each do something different, and you'll be using them as you're fighting. And of course, at this level, not as much, because again, I'm very, very over leveled for this zone. I'm just doing it for the, quest completions, and also for the pieces to transmute, to level up my transmuting skill. So for those reasons, I'm in this place. But yeah, ultimately, when you are fighting at your level, you'll definitely be using all of the icons, all of your hotkeys. So, Cody says, "Gotta love the collectibles. The game looks very chill." Yeah, it certainly can be. It can be however you want it to be, really. You can, I mean, like with anything, if you want to be stressed, you can be stressed. But if you don't, you certainly don't have to. I'm going to come find Brodo over here. We're going to turn in this quest. Brodo Gilliwant.
Do you have anything from Istana?
Yes, she had me collect these to show you. And I really like the quests are really cool because, especially in the older zones, they have a lot of humor injected into them, not ingested. That's totally different. And sometimes the storylines are really, really fun and interesting. There's, they actually had little miniature stories in this. It was a good game. Okay, so we're going to accept this 1 silver and 76 copper from him. He says, "What are they?" I say, "Pouches from Crushbone Herbalists."
Oh, of course. If this shows the same.
The same?
It is. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
What?
I fear for the Feydark. I need you to travel west of Orc Hill. There you will find many saplings of the Feydark. If they have been turned, then we need some of their samples as soon as we can get them. I need you to get these samples and bring them to Dala, an herbalist in Kelethin. If the orcs are doing what I think, then our plants are in grave danger.
I'll see what I can do. So now we will accept this quest here.
Be safe, and give Dala my regards.
Alright. And we need bark samples from the coarse saplings west of Orc Hill. So we head over to Orc Hill, and then we're going to go west of Orc Hill and look for some bark samples, meaning that what we're going to be doing is killing the coarse saplings. And I don't know if it's going to be a 1-for-1 update or if it's going to be a random trigger, but we'll find out soon enough. Cody says, "By the way, congrats on Plat 1 last night on Watchers." Absolutely, thank you. Yeah, it was unexpected. Wasn't really paying a lot of attention to it, and then it's like, oh, platinum 1 says, okay, cool. That one is in the wrong spot. It thinks it's on the ground, but it's not. Let's go climb back up this tree over here. And by the way, Cody, you may not have been able to see this yet, but you can zoom in. You can go all the way into first person if you want to. You can go all the way out to here. You can move the screen however you like. So, you can control your movement with the keyboard or with the mouse pretty successfully. And I tend to move my view as I go. We got our coerced saplings that we're gonna hunt down over here. They're not exactly difficult, they're kind of huge tree ants. No need to use track to find them. So these are 1-for-1 updates, it looks like. So I've just got 3 kills and 3 updates, so this would be very simple. I think most of the ones for the Greater Fate arc are like this, pretty easy. That was another thing that I wasn't a huge fan of this area for. It seemed like it was very, very dumbed down, very simplified, as compared to the rest of the game prior to this. So I remember when Greater Fate Arc came out, and there was a lot of hype, and people went over and they were saying how amazing it was. They were making characters that, you know, they were bringing over to Kellethan in the Greater Fate Arc area. They had a lot of good reports, and I remember going over the first time, and I was so disappointed. You know, it was not what I was hoping it would be. But that's okay. I can't say that I love it a lot more now than I did then. Here's Dalavira, who we're bringing these bark samples to.
Well met.
Frodo sent me.
So you're...
Copernicus. Yes, Frodo wanted you to see these samples.
Interesting. Then the reports from Sapling Spur Outpost were correct. Thank you for your work. You and Brodo have done so much to make this threat visible. And these samples will help us combat the orcs and to heal the damage they cause. Thanks to you, I believe we can start the healing before it's too late. Please, take this as a token of our appreciation.
Thank you.
No, we thank you. And though we are in your debt, there is still more you can do if you're willing.
What is that?
Far to the southeast of Tunar Sapling, you'll find the Combine Spires. Southeast of the spires, you'll find a small outpost. Go there, please, and speak with Mentha Yora. She continues our work against the Crushbone orcs. I believe she could use your help.
I will seek her out. Alright, we're gonna accept that quest.
Again, we appreciate it.
You're welcome. And then I'm gonna grab this cleansing orb over here, and maybe transmute it in a minute, we'll see. Cody says, what's kind of the most sought after things in this game? That absolutely depends on who you are, right? It depends on what you're trying to do. You know, again, some people are going to be looking for certain collectibles. Some people, they're going to be focusing on different things. But if you are an adventurer, let's see, right now, that's going to be a hard question for me to answer because, like from a rating standpoint, I'm not sure what the top gear is. I can say that prior to this last, well, let's see. No, I'm not even gonna say that. I haven't been doing any rating on this server, and so I can't really answer that question very well. I can say that in my guild, I know somebody prior to this expansion coming out was very interested in getting the flying carpet from the sinking sands, which is you have to kill a Jinn master in order to get that. And it wouldn't have been as big of a deal except that he only had one person who was consistently going to help him, and it has a large AoE knockback, And both times that they had tried it, it had gotten them pretty handily. I know that he was also going into Obelisk of Lost Souls, which is a zone that scales up. I believe it scales up to level. Yeah, no, I don't. I want to say to level 50. I believe that's right. But I can't say for sure. So he was looking for a particular weapon in there, and it's like it has a percentage chance to drop from certain bosses in there. So I don't know exactly what he was looking for. I just know that he was thinking it was going to carry him through level 70. I don't know if that ended up happening or not, because again, I've been kind of I won't exactly say taking a break from the game. That wouldn't be necessarily true. I was just otherwise distracted, playing, keeping the dailies going on Watch Your Realms, and then just having a lot of things going on. So hadn't logged in enough to check on progress on that. Hopefully he got it. And like I said, after this expansion came out, I haven't been in very much. So that's what I'm saying. I can't really tell you exactly what would be the most sought after upgrading thing right now. I'm trying to remember where the heck I'm going, honestly. So I'm always lost here. Mintha, Heora at the outpost southeast of the Combine Spires. Okay. So the Combine Spires are going to be over to our east, I believe. Let's see here. I believe so. So, okay, so southeast of the Spires is maybe going to be in this next area down here, perhaps. In fact, I wonder if it's one of these over here. The only time I really did much of this zone was when I went and did the server Race to Trakanon, which was a special time limited server. And the only reason that I did at that time was because I had to do all of the quests between I believe between 0 and level 80 in order to get the reward that they were giving for doing all of the quests on that server, which I did do. But I had to do all of the ones here in Vadar in order to get that done, which was the worst part of it.
How did your information gathering mission go?
You were right, it was orcs. I helped Celine clean up what they had left behind, but their operation was from before you cleaned them out. Cleaned them out.
Ah, that explains it.
Explains what?
2 things. First, it explains why I wasn't able to find any other orc activity in this area. And second, it explains why your presence has been requested elsewhere.
Where have I been requested?
Juha Windgift has asked that you meet up with Tuathil Lades. He's in the Valley of the Great Swarm. You can get there by following the road out of here across the river, taking each fork to the right. Once the path reaches Crushbone territory, it will bend north. At that point, Tuathil will be to the south of the road.
I will find it.
I'm quite envious. I'm stuck here, but I know you'll do us proud. It was nice working with you.
Thank you. Alright, now I do have room for one quest at this point, so I'm going to pick up one. Actually, I'm going to pick up the Ninja quest over here. He says, hail and good to meet you. I am. No. Hail and good to meet you. I am Motsteer. Motsteer? You're traveling smith and all around to do anything you need, dwarf. Is there anything I can do for you? I say I was wondering if you could if I could do anything for you. Boy, my reading skills, they're on point. He says, well, I am a bit backlogged on my list of things to help people with. I guess I could hire you to help me out for a bit. No long-term contract, mind you. I say, sounds good. Where can I start? He says, well, I have an order to fill from one of those tree-hugging elves. They may need some wolf pelts to make leather and armor, or they need some wolf pelts to make some leather and armor for their young warriors. I told them it would be no problem, but it seems I underestimated how much they would need. If you could bring me a bundle of pelts, it would help quite a bit. And I say, I will return with the pelts. Okay, yeah, we've got quite a few, a little cluster of quests here. Anybody with a feather over their heads like this, means that they have a quest for you. If it's a gray feather, which all of these are, it means that you're out-leveled for those quests, so you don't get as much XP or anything like that for doing them. We need to hunt wolves for their pelts, but you see I saw this shiny over there? And the shiny outweighs the wolf pelts, hands down. And so, also, I'm going to use track and see if there's anything that just calls itself a wolf along the way. And let's see there. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to start taking paths to the right to try to figure out where we're going to find Tuathal in eastern Greater Fadar. That was the theory anyway, but then I got distracted jumping off of cliffs to get my safe ball up a bit. It's fine, no problem. Too awful, huh? This is actually the upper Emerald River. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Gotta go back this way. As a scout, you basically go around jumping over everything all the time, because that way you can get your safe ball up. As any other character, you want to not jump off of all of these cliffs that you see. And also, another kind of character that doesn't have safe fall, be careful about putting a scout on follow. Because if you put one on auto follow, it's likely that they will jump off of something and you will come back to your character lying dead on the ground. Highly possible. And here we have Tuathal Lades, who says, Kotarniki? I say yes.
Good. I've been expecting you. I am Tuathal Lades. Welcome to Crushbone territory. Juha recommended you to me. I hope you don't mind us pulling you to the front lines out here, but we need fighters of your caliber before things get too out of control.
I'm glad to help.
Good to hear. I've been working out a plan for our initial operations. I'd like you to take part in them. Before I can do more work, however, I need a more accurate description of what lays deeper within the Orc territory. That's where you come in. The path to the north is overflowing with Crushbone conscripts. Occasionally, they will hold an updated map of troop deployment for the Crushbone region.
And you'd like me to get one of these maps?
Precisely.
Alright. Need a map of Crushbone territory from a Crushbone conscript to the north. So we're gonna head north and go find ourselves some of these Crushbone conscripts over here. I managed to get to the level where I actually need to use more than one spell maybe. Or ability. Scouts, or not scouts in general, but swashbucklers don't really have spells, they just have abilities. Some scouts do have spells, such as troubadours. But swashbuckler is pretty much pure pure abilities as far as I can tell. you can see that on here, combat arts. You know, you've got combat arts, abilities, and trade skills. They actually call it combat arts for him. So. Got the Crushbone territory map that you were looking for. And now to hop back over here to Tuatha.
Have you acquired the map?
Yes.
Excellent. With this, I can continue my plans. Let's just have a look at this map.
Alright.
Ah, perfect. They still haven't taken root on the high cap in there. This is perfect. I already
Just
had your
cursed
next mission
into-
planned out.
What is it?
Take this Ashway Ulm. No, I don't know what language that is, but I believe it means benevolent wind into Crushbone territory. The high cap in there, which looks to be just west of Camp Rutok, is where I would like you to release it. Through this Ashway Ulm, I will learn more secrets of Crushbone, and our operations will go that much smoother.
I can do this.
I know you can.
I will be back. We got an Ashway Ulm here in our inventory. So it says Tuatha would like me to release it, Ashway Ulm, while atop the mushroom platform on the tree just west of Camp Rutok. Alright, so just west of Camp Rutok. Let's see if we can manage such an endeavor. By the way, if you're running along and you don't want to continue pressing the run button, you can either press the numlock, or else you can press the middle button on your mouse. So just for future knowledge, atop the mushroom platform. Now, what do we suppose the mushroom platform is? No idea. I don't think this is going to be it. I think it's going to be an actual platform. It says the tree just west of Camp Rutok. Possibly I have gone the wrong way. Very highly likely, as a matter of fact. We're heading toward Crushbone Keep, and that is not the right way to go here. Telling you, constantly lost in fear. It's alright though. We'll figure it out. Just kind of trying to refresh myself about what I'm doing. Again, it's been long enough since I logged in that I have to kind of go, okay, what is all this stuff? What do these buttons do? It's funny how quickly you can forget that kind of thing. I can. I don't know about you. I certainly can. Now we found some crawlers. Those are the aforementioned wolves that we need. And we may as well grab. Need 13 of those for the Minder quest. Let's go up here. Check out the lay of the land here. Well, nothing too exciting there. But we can jump off and work on that safe law. That's the Valley of the Great Swarm. What we need is an ash-weighted ore to be released from the top of the mushroom platform on the tree just west of Camp to the top. The only method is this. It's not the one. It's too bad. Alright. We're way back over close to the beginning of the zone at this point. Let's kill some of these first offers while we're here. The wolf updates. If we're going along and something has a feather on it like that, and it's a creature, then that means you have to do something to that creature and update one of the quests. Sometimes it's killing it, sometimes it's using an item on it, you know, there's all kinds of things it could mean, but you have to do something to it for sure. So. I'm wondering now if Camp Talk is the place where the quest giver was, because that would make some sense, wouldn't it? That's alright, we'll head back over there in a moment. May as well grab the dogs while we're here. And also, I think I'm gonna head this way and try to sell some of the things in my bags, because I think I have some bits and bobs from various creatures, and probably gonna clear out my inventory a little bit, so feels like stopping in and selling some of this stuff off would not be amiss. Should be able to find somebody to sell to in one of these tents over here. Maybe it's this one. I think so. Yes. Okay. We're gonna hide not for sale, and then we're gonna just look for the things that aren't part of an other imagined or anything. Let's make these that are. Make them not for sale, so we don't end up accidentally selling some lore and legend pieces that we don't want to sell. And then you find some things that are less important. We don't want to sell any shinies, right? So let's take that off. Now, you've got to be somewhat careful, because some of these shinies over here have strange names. So you've got to be careful when you're going through one of these. Not to sell the fat girl crow, for instance. You might think it's something to sell, and it's absolutely not, because those are collectibles. Alright, there we are. Made a little bit of room. Let's sort these bags real fast so that we can see kind of how much room we have back in those bags. A good bit, so no problem. And now I'm going to head toward the area we were earlier, and where we have an update with the Mender at this point. We're going west of there. Oh, you know what? I know where that is. It's over with the where you go and get the toadstools for the toadstool quest. Yeah, that's where we're gonna go. I'm sure that's the platform in question. Should have known. Let's get this shiny on the way. And I don't want to add it to my collection right now. Alright, we have to go into this little area over here. It's just a little notch in the side of the rock that you want to go through. And then the mushroom platform is, well, okay. Probably it's the one that you climb up to get to over here. Right there. You see this? It's a shelf mushroom up there. And it had like some had some kind of a journal or something up there that we had to go look at one point in order to get an update for a different quest. So let's hop up there and go do that. Alright, so now let's see if this is where they want us to use that. You must be atop the mushroom platform to release the ash rate. Oh, so no, he doesn't like this mushroom. This mushroom is it's the wrong mushroom. It's a shame. Well, it's not this mushroom. Which mushroom is it? And how sure are we that it's not this mushroom? So I really wanted it to be. It's a nice mushroom. It's very solid and platformy type. But it really doesn't want to be erased here. It doesn't like it. Not one bit. What a shame. Well, west of Camp Talk. Now let's see. Is this in fact Camp Talk? Let's zoom in. See if we can find anything that tells us. Oh, well, there's a climbable tree over there as well. That's interesting. Another climbing tree. I wonder if one of those has a mushroom at the top of it as well. But what I can't find is if this is Camp Talk or not over here. Emerald Lake area. We know where that is. We were up there a little bit ago. Yeah, it's a whole problem. If we could find Camp Talk, then we would know. That's alright. We'll just head back over there and kind of keep an eye out. Mushroom platforms like this one. Now there's another thing like this nearer to the start of this area. I'm gonna come and grab this shiny because hey, shiny, you know. Yeah, nothing doing so far. But I will definitely look around and see if I can see anything that looks like a mushroom platform in any of these trees or, you know, I mean, there's some right there, some shelf mushrooms coming out of that tree, but I don't know the way to get to them. And plus, again, just west of Utah. Don't know. It may have even given me instructions that I may have missed. I wouldn't be at all surprised. there was a nice shelf mushroom on there with something nearby. So I was thinking, maybe I should go check that one out. And there's another one. They're just all over the place. Somehow I didn't notice them earlier. But we're talking about something over here. You know, if this is Camp Rooftop, the inn in the west, would have to be over here. Let's climb this. Well, first, I suppose I'll turn this in. Remember. This is Hale. I see you have returned. I say yes, here are the pelts. He says, thank you, here's your pay. Why, you're welcome. Now we'll accept that 3 silver and 4 copper and pick up a new quest. I have a new work order in. Do you have time to help a busy dwarf out? Sure thing. Absolutely. Well, it seems that there are some people that would like to procure the bags that those Crushbone corruptors have. Something about magic petals and some other nonsense. But they are paying well. What do you say? Paying well works for me. That's what I say. Right. This is excellent. Well, off with you then. Bring back as many as you can carry. I'll be back shortly. Excellent. All fine and well. Now, let's head over to this unassuming climbing log over here. It just so happens to be the west of whatever this group of people is. It may not be Camp Utah. Ah, I see we have some eggs. I don't think this is going to be it. Eggs are not mushrooms last I knew. That's unfortunate. So, anything else? Yes, lots of shelf mushrooms over there. None of them particularly exciting. And this is Fire Shadow Outpost, as it turns out. So, crossing the river road, not helpful. Alright. No good. No good at all. There is a mushroom over here that we can climb to, though, so I'm gonna go and just gonna climb it. I'm gonna find out. Alright, sad news. Nothing exciting on that one. Okay. Jumping off of there. Ah, it did hurt me, but look, safe fall went up, so it was well worth it. Fortunately, we can auto-regen health lost over time anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I need to have Crushbone Corruptors and take their bags. I should have done that before I went on this exploratory mission. So we were able to get onto that mushroom platform there. To no avail, unfortunately. So, let's head back over here and try to find some of those Crushbone Corruptors, I suppose. Let's see. I think they were this way and heading toward the Crushbone Keep area. We also need some bogberry plants and some flax plants, and those are more toward the beginning of this. It's not really, I guess that's not the correct thing to say. It's actually, like by Kellethan, underneath Kellethan. Kellethan is the treetop village where all the fairies hang out after they leave the nursery, as far as I can tell. Just checking over here. The because those bogberry plants grow near the ponds, and I think the only ponds that you find in Maine are actually the ones on the coast. But figured since it was a pond, I would check and make sure because I'm not 100% certain if that's accurate. So now sounds like I better take off. And looks like I've got some visitors. However, it's a pleasure streaming with all of you, and I'll be back later. So be sure to follow me if you haven't already, and hopefully I will see you next time that I'm on. Nice seeing you, Cody. Hopefully I'll be back on Watchers later tonight as well. So might be a couple hours, it looks like. But anyway, have a good day, everybody. Goodbye.